Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Today I want to talk about shooting manuals. I actually had a question come in from Robert. Robert, this video is for you. You asked me the other day on in one of your comments. I haven't got back to you yet in the comment. Just been right out straight. I've been thinking I'm busier than a beagle chasing a rabbit dog. I mean, yeah, I'm busier than a beagle chasing a rabbit right now. So, anyways, Robert, you asked about a manual for reloading birdshot in the 40, I think it was 44 Magnum, 357, all the same, doesn't matter. Now, I just located this book, like within the last month, on, and it has birdshot in it. This book is, and I located this book on eBay. I think I paid $19 for it. This thing, if you're getting into reloading, I think this is a must-have book. Like I said, I just got it a month ago. You can't see, maybe you can see over here. I have this many manuals on reloading bullets. So I want to tie this video into Robert's question about loads for birdshot. They're in here, Robert. There's not many. I don't believe it's worth buying the book if that's all you want it for. If you want the recipes on this, send me an email. Go to my homepage under About East Grand Woodsman. You'll find my email address. Send me an email. I'll take a picture of the recipes that's in this book and I will send it to you. It's just a couple of pages. Now, it does have some reading to go along with that. So if you want, it's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 pages about reloading 44 Magnums and 357 with birdshot. So if you'd like to read that on the how-to, that is in here. But it's the complete reloading guide. But anyways, I found this was, new it was $34. That doesn't say anything. They had a couple of them, and I think they're all just about the same. But anyways, this is, if you're getting into reloading, this is a much better book than buying a book that's just for Hornady bullets or just for spear bullets. This book covers absolutely everything. It covers black powder. It covers the birdshot. It covers making bullets. Pouring the lead, all that. It touches on all of the subjects in one book. So, and you can find these on eBay. That's where I found mine. It's a used book. That's where a lot of my books come from, is eBay. But now that I've got that out, Robert, like I said, contact me and email, and I will definitely hook you up with the recipes that are in here. I think it is so important, if you own rifles, shotguns, or whatever, to own the manual. This is a self-reliant channel. Self-reliant. In as bigger, bolder letters as I can put and scream from the mountaintops. This is a self-reliant channel. And if you don't own the manual, you're not self-reliant. Period. Period, 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 period. You're not self-reliant. If you are relying on the internet to get your reloading data from, if I had a switch right now, I would hit the switch. Because your reloading data on the internet is one switch away from being turned off. If the federal government comes out tomorrow, or who's ever in control of that section of the internet, and they say no more reloading data for you, you're done. So buy these manuals, find them used, and put them on your shelf. They are valuable because every gun you want. Now this one here, I got This one here, I forget what year, this is the 3rd edition of cast bullets put out by Lyman. Every gun that's out there is in this book. The old powders, the new powders. It all goes back. You've got vintage, you've got everything. You've got all the knowledge that you need for building bullets in these books. This is a new book. This is put out by I'm gonna say Lyman too. Well, it's put out by Richard Lee. Anyways, this book is all of your jacketed bullets, your lead bullets. It takes you right down the gamut. Here's a Hornady book. Now this book here will only cover Hornady bullets. It will go through a few chapters in how to do it, but nothing like this book does. This book breaks it down for you, troubleshooting the whole 9 yards. And you can go back to your Lyman book. Right? I got another really good Lyman book. Same deal here. All of your rifles are in there, all of them. You're not relying on the internet and someone else to make sure that you can get your recipe. And I know that in today's age, most people they don't even bother with a manual anymore. I just think if you're a reloader, I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And that's why I can't stress enough. Self-reliant. Be self-reliant. This whole room gives me the opportunity to be self-reliant and build my own bullets. No matter what the government says, no matter what the local authorities say, I can still build my bullets. Every single rifle that I own, every pistol I own, I can make my own bullet. I can pour the bullet. I can fill up the case. I am self-reliant when it comes to feeding my rifles and my pistols. That's what self-reliant means to me. Here's an older book. Now, I won't go in the other room and get the rest. But I have bought books all the way back into the 50s and 60s. And earlier than that, if I can get my hands onto them. Because, number one, they're dirt cheap. Go on eBay, punch in vintage reloading books. There's pages and pages and pages of vintage reloading books. Look them over, try to study as much as you can before you make an offer for it. I usually go by how thick it is. If it's only a few pages, I don't bother with it. I want thick, because thick is going to be filled with knowledge. And for $10 or $15 or $20, I can purchase that book. This book right here, I looked a long time for this book right here. Because I wish I could, when I was looking for it, I got my glasses. When I was looking for it, I was looking for way back. I wanted, okay, this was last copyrighted in 1980. I know this other one right here, this Lyman book, I thought went back to the 60s. I don't know if I can find it really quick. I probably can't. But anyways, I try to go back as far as I can go. In the other room, I've got some really old ones as well. They're just not in this room. They're not in this room because I go back and forth. But the old manuals, it's still the same powders that we're using today. The new manuals will carry the new powders. But as far as your other powders, all of your IMRs, all that stuff that's been around for a billion years, is all in those older manuals, especially when it was coming to lead. That's why I wanted this book. I can't remember. I was looking for a book that really covered lead bullets because I got into building my own lead bullet. And this book is all lead bullets from front to back. And Lyman has one put out the same way. Lyman cast book, the modern one. This is the older one. But the newer one is get the paperback for around $20, and it is front to back. I wish I had it. It's in the other room. I'll actually go get it because it's worth knowing about. I bought some books that are literally falling apart, but the information was still good. I don't care about the condition of the book. I want the knowledge. Look at this old book here. This is put out by Pacific. Not even, and now if you don't know anything about Pacific, they was right up there with all of your, like the ones we got nowadays. You know, Lee and RCBS, Lyman, the whole 9 yards. That was just a bullet company. The older people of this channel will know. This book right here, this is the 4th edition. It was printed in 1970. So what is that? That's 34. That's 50 years ago. But the information inside is just as sound today as it was back then. So search out these old books. Like I said, you can find them. You can find them on eBay. Here's another one. This is a Spear book put out by Spear. Again, I don't know. Hard to tell. But anyways, this is the stuff I come home with. This is the book that if you're getting into lead bullets and casting your own bullets, this is the new Lyman Cast Bullet book. It is full of every Lyman mold that they have is in this book. All of your guns broke down by gun, mold, the whole 9 yards. And it goes through recipes, all of that. The information for a cast bullet is in this book. And being able to cast, that is the 4th edition. This is the fourth edition of Lyman Cast Bullets. But anyways, getting back to what started this was way back here on that first book was that. Then I picked this up. I haven't been able to put it down since I got it home. Even though I've been a reloader for 40 years, there is some really good information in this book if you are getting into reloading. So, anyways, there it is in a nutshell. I don't understand how you could be a reloader without a manual. I will not rely on the internet for nothing when it comes to my firearms. It's the same deal here. A firearm without a bullet is nothing more than a paperweight. Having all of this equipment and all of the stuff to fill up a bullet without the recipes to build a bullet is just like having a paperweight. So if you're relying on the internet for your information and they ever turn the switch off, you got a bunch of paperweights. So anyways, that's how I feel about manuals and the internet. So you guys have a good cup of coffee with me on your way out. And I will see you next week.